Hey everybody, as promised, we are going to continue to explore the Muse interface, and now I'm going to teach you how to add a content form. Muse comes with many different widgets for creating different types of forms, contact forms, registration forms, and it's actually really easy and user-friendly. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the provided template that we've been working on, and we're going to go to our phone tab, and I'm going to go and log into the login join page that was pre-built here for me. And we can find a lot of these widgets under the widget library, which is on your flyout toolbar or your HUD or your heads-up display that Muse provides for you. And you can see here it says select a widget below and drag onto the page. It's simple as that. So we have all different types of widgets, and the one that we're going to use for this kind of demonstration is the panels widget, and we're going to use an accordion tab. So we're going to grab the accordion. You can kind of get a little preview of it up here, and we're going to drag this to our page. And it takes a few seconds to kind of click in, and we're going to kind of center it and deal with some margins and whatnot. I think that looks pretty good. And making sure you still have your selection tool needed, you have basically a few options for your panel. You can continue to add other materials and other widgets or whatnot. We can edit these together, so you can see here, not too bad. Using your selection panel though, let me go ahead and hit delete there, gets rid of them. We can see that each little individual one has its own individual appearance panel options. So what we're going to do now is we're going to resize this panel, and we've already done that, so we're going to resize it to fit the page and kind of move it around and whatnot. We're going to click the first category here, and I'm going to double click and I'm going to do log in. So let's type login here. This is going to be our login category, and underneath that we want to make sure that we use create an account. So if I click away, you'll kind of see what we have so far. We have a multitude of different panels already. We have the login, then we're going to have our, underneath that we're going to have create an account. So we'll double click there, create an account. That looks good, no space needed. And we'll kind of work our way down here. Now, what we have to do now is deal with the formatting of the login widget. So on the desktop version of the login page, if we go to that, so go back to desktop and navigate till we see login, double click on this. It takes a little time sometimes, but it's not really a big deal. And you'll notice we have our different things here, and we're going to select the widget form that we've already created. And this has already been made, and I'll show you how to make this in a few minutes here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this form, and you can see forms are very, very easy to copy and paste. Go to the login here, and we're going to paste, we want to delete the text first off, but we're going to paste the login form inside of that panel. So now we have a pretty good thing, and I don't think per the tutorial we need that last one, we just need the first two. So that's pretty good right there. So you can see taking the widget is not too bad. Now, to create an account section, excuse me, it's a little easier, and what we're going to have to do is kind of play a little bit around with that more. So I'm going to go back to the create an account. We're going to copy this. We're going to kind of run through the same steps. We don't really need that text. We'll paste our widget here. Everything seemingly fits well, and so forth. So you can see now we have two little drop-down menus. Everything looks to be properly correct, and so forth. So now we have our forms. Now, how do we make these menus, forms, and all sorts of these things? Well, that's a good point. So let's go ahead and open the new Muse site, and let's explore some widgets. I'm going to keep this all default. I'm not really looking for aesthetics right now. I just want to show you the options. And we'll start with compositions. And compositions can be a multitude of things. Compositions can be buttons, they can be tooltips for specific things, or even lightbox displays. And you can see, in this case, the featured news button, I'm going to click and drag. When the person clicks on specific links, which you can customize and change by playing around with their settings, their specific news stories will come up. This is great for a home page, an about page, and so forth. And to get rid of this stuff, you just simply hit delete. We do have a Forms tab, and we have contact list, detailed or simple. It's as simple as this. I'm going to pull out the detailed just to show you the mask that comes with it. And you can see we have a lot of options. Now, if you hit the submit button, let's go ahead and preview this so you can see what's happening. Let's preview the page in the browser here. It's going to take a few seconds to kind of pop up and upload. You can see that when I hit submit, this is a form in preview, will not work, you must upload it, blah, blah, blah. And it tells you all these things are required. So it's actually really cool and works really well. Now, if you don't want a category, what you can do is simply kind of delete these and kind of play with the spacing a little bit. And it's rather simple for the user to kind of interact with this. And, you know, it's just really up to you as the user to kind of get the your kind of right feel here. Let me double click here and hit delete. I want to take this off here. You can see label message, show prompt. We have all that fun stuff. And there we go. Now it's deleting. That one just does not want to go anywhere. That's an email. That's probably required. That's why it's not doing it. So we can sit here and play with these settings again, and I'm going to hold shift and grab these both. I can move them up. I can kind of rearrange them in the order that I'd like. I can retype things and all sorts, and that's really, really nice. So we have that form list, and I'm going to hit delete here and go back and look at the simple one. The simple one's pretty nice, very straightforward. You have obviously the message categories and whatnot. You can require entries so that people cannot just not have a message. It will prompt them to do so and to add a message into it and all sorts of good stuff. So that's one. The other thing we have is our menus, and our menus are pretty cool. We'll learn about this in later tutorials, but it will actually link into all of the different sites that you have on your homepage. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at a menu in action. If I go to my homepage here and I have all these adventure sports and whatnot, and I drag in a menu here, you'll see it says home. But if I add more pages, so let's go to the site in progress, and I'm going to just add a few blank pages here that kind of link together. Go back here. Oops. You'll see those pages are added as menu items. It's a very, very useful, very nice, cool technique to kind of work with. We have panels. We mentioned the accordion panel. We have tab panels too as well. So if you're interested in those, you can kind of do a little tab segment. These are all editable. You can change the color, the fill, the stroke, the appearance of them on click states versus non-click states. We have slideshows, which are great for photo galleries that you can use, different thumbnails. And we have these social icons that are pretty new now, such as like a Facebook follow icon that will put the little Facebook following in. You can do a Facebook like, which these are new per a couple updates in Creative Cloud, but they're absolutely awesome to kind of get working with your site. Same with the YouTube link. I want to drag a YouTube video in there. I can do that, and it's going to work pretty darn quick. And awesome kind of compatibility here. We can have videos autoplay. We can show controls. We can take off controls and just show the video. This is a wonderful tool that Muse has added. And when you're all said and done and you're ready to add your publish your website, you have a few options. And we'll go back to the join page here. And with Muse, the simplest way to publish your website is to simply go to File and to click Publish. And when we click Publish, it's going to want you to enter your navigation here for your Business Catalyst site. And the default URL is going to end with businesscatalyst.com. We can change that later. You can even add your own custom domain. Now, at this point, your site's not going to be visible to search engines and all that, but you still have the option to kind of play with that. Now, if you want to just export your site, you can simply export all of this as HTML. And when you export this, it will give you that kind of root folder and all the stuff that comes with it, and then it will give you all the pages that go with it as well. So hopefully you've learned a little bit in this Muse demo. We're going to go and talk about a bunch of different things in class when it comes to Muse, like creating buttons and other fun things that Muse brings to the table. I hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you next time.